Hey, happy Sunday and welcome to the Asylum. My name's Mark Miller and I'll be your host for this evening. This is a channel where we get to know some of the people on YouTube from our treasure community that we watch all the time, but we really don't get to know them. So hopefully tonight we'll get to know them. It's the people from our gold prospecting, our coin collecting, our metal detecting, magnet fishing, rock hunting, just our treasure community in general. Now, tonight's guest, I think everybody will know. I am honored to have him here, and I'm glad he took the time to be with us. Ladies and gentlemen, our grad Pat.
Hey, how is it going, Mark?
Not too bad, buddy.
All right. Looks like
wrong one.
things are going good. I'm trying to check out on my phone here and see who's showing up.
Yeah. Well, we got Can Do. He was here earlier.
Yeah.
We'll see who pops in here after 7. It's going to take a couple minutes to get everybody in.
Mr. Brewers is here.
Oh, let's see. I can't see all the comments, so I'm going to have to. There's Brewer. Okay, it pops in a little bit late for me, but not bad.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Yeah.
It's weird. It comes up quick on the phone, even though the phone is behind in the video. The comments are right on the
chat. Yeah.
You know, and then the chat up here on the laptop, that's what's lagging behind. So I got to watch lower chat, upper picture. There we go.
Yeah, I'm doing that constantly. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. So
we'll give them a couple of minutes, and if nobody else shows up, that's the way it goes. We'll go on from there. We'll just disperse as we feel.
Hello, Jeff. Yeah, they can always watch it in reruns once it's in syndication, you know.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, Mikey J is here. We know that. I can look to my left and see him, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's not hard to do. Hey, yeah, he's here. He's not all here, but he's here. Ooh. Well, we got 3 people watching. We're only 3 minutes into it, so.
Yeah.
Hey, we're here.
Ready? There we go.
Yep, there you go. Little fart action. Never hurts nobody.
Yeah.
Unless you're in an elevator and it's real, then it might.
Been there too many times.
Oh, yeah.
Never want to be trapped in an elevator.
Yeah, that's what I say, Brewer, all the time. I says, we're here because we're not all there.
Yeah, there's
That's
Reg.
why we come here. There's Reg. There's JP. All right.
He'll be back shortly. JP, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Reg. Yeah, we'll be waiting here, Reg. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're not going to go too far.
Yeah, we're not in a particular hurry right now.
No.
At least ways I'm not.
Yeah, me neither.
Crank up the
we're
volume.
Here, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Yeah, last time we did the first one with JP and his wife. It took a good 5 to 10 minutes before people started popping in, and then they started popping in so regular you couldn't keep up after that. So.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. You know, people gotta get the alerts and the messages and the reminders.
Hopefully those come through. Yeah.
I know sometimes I do my Zoom party, you know, and I'll be there like 15 minutes by myself before anybody shows up. And it's like, it's relaxing because it's like, okay, I'm not on YouTube or Facebook. I'm not gotta perform now and keep everybody entertained. If nobody shows up, I can just sit, drink, and laugh to myself about whatever's going through my head.
Yeah. No, we do that often enough. It's nothing special.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of funny crap that goes through my head.
No, me too. But half the time I don't dare say it out loud.
And that's where I come into play. Grease Monkey, what's up, brother?
Terry's in.
Guido,
Guido's here.
hi.
All right.
Can do. He back in action.
Good trick. Justin, MHB.
Yeah, they were all so
Oh, yeah?
yeah. So back in there, so, back in out in.
Yeah. Got to go around in circles with this deal. But anyway, why don't you tell us who you are and where you're operating out of, and the people that are here, they'll get that. The rest of them can catch up later.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, they can watch it in reruns when it's in syndication. I am Patrick Stover, a.k.a. Park Rat Pat from Park Rat Metal Detecting. I live here in eastern central Florida. I'm right on the East Coast in a little area called Sebastian, Indian River County. Been here for 20 some odd years now. Maybe 27. I don't know. It's like, I think it was 98 when I first moved to Florida. And even then, I was only like 15 miles down the road.
Well, how long have you been on YouTube?
I've been on YouTube, I want to say 4 or 5 years. I could check that real quick. I've got all kinds of capabilities in front of me.
Always a good thing. Always a good thing.
My channel and
Hip B. Hey, Hip B. Banshee. Hi, Julie.
I started August 3rd, 2018.
Oh, okay. 4 years.
So, yeah, about 4 years. Been detecting for about 5.
Cool. And
Hip
where
B.
did you, yeah, hey, Hippie. Where did you originate from? Where's your hometown? You born in?
I was born in Portland, Maine.
There you go.
Long time ago. And my parents were divorced, and it was a wicked custody battle every year. You take him. No, you take him. I'm not taking him. I had him last time. You take him. So I bopped around all over the country, many times living in Maine, New Bedford, Massachusetts, Fairhaven, out in Oregon, be like living in Medford, Central Point, Gold Hill, all over. And I've lived in 20 different states during the time of until I came to Florida, and then I never left Florida. So this is the longest I've been in one spot, but that made for some difficulty back and forth, and made it a little harder to make new friends, which is why I guess I became the kind of funny guy I am. Because, if you can make people laugh, you can make friends.
Yeah, and making friends when you're bouncing around like that is tough. I know I did it for a while too.
Yeah, because some people can be intimidated. If it's bad enough being the new kid at school, but when you're the one with the best teeth, the best hair, the nicest clothes, then people just look at you like you're some sort of stuck-up idiot. And when they weren't looking at that guy, they were looking at me, with my Goodwill shoes and my hand-me-down clothes. And, that made it even a little bit more difficult.
Yep.
I wish I had been a popular kid. Holy cow.
My mother grew up on welfare, so we were from the projects. So basically, well, how did you end up in Florida?
I was in Oregon at the time, and my mom decided she'd been with the company she was at long enough. She was fully vested. She was going to get her money out and come to Florida and semi-retire. So I got on a Greyhound bus and went all the way across the country out to Maine. It'd probably been cross-country on Greyhound 10 or 12 times since I was like 13. So it was no big deal. I got out there, and I worked in a bakery for about 3 months, just an industrial bakery, big place. I worked third shift. for a couple of months while Mom was getting her stuff together, and then I drove her down to Florida. Me and my brother drove her down here, and then when I got to Florida, I was like, beautiful. Here we are. It was Thanksgiving Day, and I'm down at the beach, and there's people in bikinis, and they're playing volleyball and having a little cookout in the sand and calling me over like, hey, come on. It's like, I called my roommate and said, I'm not coming back. So yeah, sell my stuff.
Yeah,
And,
I like it here.
and that was it. And from making that decision, it took me like a day to get a job and a day to get a hookup because brother needs a hookup. And as long as I had those things, life was good.
Cool. Well, how did you come up with your channel name?
Back when we were younger in New Bedford, everybody ran in their little groups, their gangs, their little cliques, and our group was called the Park Rats. Okay. And there was, Park Rat Rick, Park Rat Dave, Park Rat Pat, Park Rat Steve, Park Rat Julio. We all were Park Rat so and so, and so later when it came time to pick the channel name, it was Park Rat Metal Detecting. Gotta be. And, this way I get to keep my Park Rat Pat status for life.
Excellent. Let's say hi to Louis Schwartz. Hey, Louis.
Hey, Louis.
Good to see you.
Good to see you here. Banshee?
Yep, Julie's here. Yep. And Hip B just went by a little while ago. Hip B's here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah. You got any other hobbies other than metal detecting? Anything else you like to do?
I don't know if you'd call it a hobby now because it's become more of a regular thing for me. I used to love fishing and stuff, but I've always enjoyed being creative. My mind is like a race car. If it idles too long, it's going to overheat. And I enjoy making stickers and shirts and window decals and, doing designs for poker chips. And I like the creative aspect of that.
And koozies.
Oh, yeah, and koozies. Building and making things from scratch and looking at things around me and getting ideas. And it's like I love, focusing my energy that way. So that's kind of a hobby. I've been plinking around not very well with a banjo for probably 3 years now, and never found anybody to give me lessons. And I found one guy who was giving me lessons, and after about 5 weeks, one of the guys at work that plays guitar, he's like, so what you learned? Is this is what I'm doing. He's like, well, do your scales. I'm like, what? It's like, no, this is what the guy's having me doing. And he's like, oh, dude's not teaching you how to play the banjo. He's teaching you how to play one song. And it's like, oh. So I left that guy and I never found anybody else. Then my wife and I were camping a few months ago, and I was walking around at night and I could hear banjo music. So I followed it, and one of the campground hosts was playing. And he's like, I was the same way. And he was sounding good, but he wasn't doing anything really structured. It was just kind of this nice free flow thing. And he gave me a book called Banjo Playing for Ignoramuses.
Yeah, banjo for idiots. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the book I have to work out of now when I get those times where I'm going to sit down and plink around a little. But lately, yeah, I got a lot of energy going into making the stickers and doing the hats and shirts. And I got to be honest, it's like I forget things all the time. And it's like I'll be working on someone's design and I'll talk to them and I'll be like, hey, let me know what you think of this. And I might get a text back from them the next day. I totally forgot I was working on their stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, now I know what this is in reference to.
Yeah,
sure, give me a second. Right? And the guy's like, oh, if somebody says to me, give me a couple of weeks, I want to see what this next bonus check is. I'm like, okay, get back with me. If they don't get back with me, I will forget. And I don't want to be hunting down people, looking like I'm begging for work or begging for money or nothing. So if I forget you, remind me, send me reminders constantly.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, yo boss. and I'll get on it.
Yeah, the stickers you make and the other merchandise you make, the buttons and everything are just absolute fantastic. So you do a really good job.
It's good stuff. I've been working on a special side project a few years ago. In the Advent giveaway, I gave away these little flashlights. Let me see if I got any that are open. But anyway, I had these little bitty flashlights that were, I got a good deal on them, and I was able to put the Park Rat logo on there and thought, hey, this is great. And this year, after, been 2 years, I got a really great deal on way better flashlights. So now I'm in the process of making the label to put on those and make it look good and tight. And
cool.
That's going to be cool for this year's Advent giveaway. I'm always preparing for the giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah, and anybody who wants to get a hold of them, maybe Reg or one of the mods can throw up Park Rat's email so you can get a hold of them.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get a hold of you is email?
Yeah, best way. And then once we email, I can give you my number and we can text back and forth. That's also the best way to shoot reminders. Now it's like, you said you'd have something for me to look at in 2 days, and that was a week ago, and I'll be like, right on it, And,
yeah, they've been long days.
Those things do happen, I forget a lot, and I do write everybody down. I make lists. Sometimes I forget where I put the list. I haven't figured out where that forgetfulness comes from, but when I figure it out, I'll try to make a change.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, JP. Yeah, there's Park Rat's email in the chat posted. So anybody needs to get a hold of them, just give them a shout and see what you can do.
Thank you, JP.
So, Pat, what's your favorite part about having a YouTube channel? Do you have a favorite part of it? Or, some people like to do the filming, other people like to be the actors. Some people just like what they do and they don't care about the filming and other stuff.
Okay.
Favorite part of having a YouTube?
Okay, yeah. Hold that for just a second because I will forget. Okay, so Dan, the
Mr. Burroughs.
The monster logo. I'm still working on that. There are at least 3 different shades of green in that. And so in order to make it look good, I will probably put it on a different snow machine so that I can make that picture better without it just being the M. But yes, I'm working on your stuff. I just got your text message because he's watching and said, yeah, I better text him. I haven't heard from him in a while. So,
there you go.
Okay, so what was the question again?
What's your favorite part about having a YouTube channel?
The interaction.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm comfortable in front of a camera anyway, so that's fun for me. But the best thing about YouTube have been the real connections and real friends that have come out of the community. Okay, people that I know for sure are solid behind me 100%. People that I can count as family without question. And I'm just going to throw out a couple of names. If I don't throw out your name, please don't get offended. But I know and they know at a moment's notice, if the phone rings, the other one's going to get up and be there. That's the Clarks. That's Jeff Brewer. Dude, if I need anything, if I'm in need, I'm never ever going to be ass out because of wonderful people like that. And hopefully they know the same about me. Jeff's my brother. If he's got a need, I got a need. So we got to get that taken care of. And same goes for the Clarks and so many others that I've met, like Rob from FL Thunder. I'll be going to see him tomorrow and hang out for a couple of days. And that's been the best part of YouTube is some seriously stronger friendships than I ever had for the whole of my life before this.
Yeah, and I agree because, like I said, I've met so many great people here because of YouTube that
Mhm.
it's just overwhelming when you look at the gold miner or prospectors and the silver stackers and metal detectors and the magnafishes all coming together as one great giant big community.
Mhm.
It's overwhelming at times.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
something
And
else.
I know for sure, just from meeting so many people in the different communities, whether it's prospecting or detecting or what have you, just from interacting with them through the videos, in the lives, in the comments, on the phone and messages, for all that's gone on, I know for a fact I am gonna make a fortune next year off of you people selling 420 cards. You know, you gotta send cards for the holidays, people. Get with a rat. I'm gonna hook you up.
Make a million of them because you know they're going to go.
That's right. Everybody gonna want their custom 420 greeting cards to send out to everybody. You're gonna have to be hitting me up in like February. Okay.
Well, how long do you plan to continue on YouTube? As long as it'll go, and
Oh yeah.
you get different answers for this, so it's kind of interesting.
I mean, I'm gonna keep riding it out. And there have been plenty of times where I've just wanted to,
Yeah,
and then there's been other times where I can't get to it because I'm so busy with other stuff that I got this like longing, and sometimes it's like, what's the point? And, I find my YouTube is better when I don't pay attention to it. When I put up a video and I walk away and answer as many comments as I can, unless I'm too busy to answer comments, in which case they'll go unanswered for a while, but walking away from it seems to make it better. If you sit there and you stress over your numbers about each and every video and how you did this week compared to last week and going through all these analytics, you'll drive yourself nuts and take the fun out of it.
yeah.
You know,
I don't worry about numbers or none of that. I
well,
just you
no,
liked it, great. If you didn't, oh well.
sometimes you got to walk away, and that was something I figured out from Benny Hill. I mean, here he was, super successful TV guy. All the wonderfulness of the world. He could have had whatever he wanted. He still lived in the same rental apartment he had since he moved out of his parents' place. He left everything to his landlady when he died, and he never owned a TV. When he
If
got
you
done
would,
doing his stuff, he went home and he read, or he might go to the park and feed the birds, or
a TV star without a TV. That's pretty cool.
that was it. He was like, no, there's he makes TV, but there's nothing out there that he really wants to see, I guess. But
Yeah,
that's where I
something
get the
else.
whole, yeah, you got to kind of walk away from it. Maybe it's still fun for him because he's not. Was I number one rated this week? What did somebody have to say about that?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I get a kick out of some people who are so worried about their numbers and their algorithms and all this other happy nonsense that I just shake my head and go, I don't even know how many subscribers I have because I don't look. I don't care. I
And
mean,
I think that's a double-edged sword because there's a lot of channels out there. We are all willing to help out somebody else's channel. Let's
oh yeah,
get people over there. Let's get them watching you. Let's get you some subs. And, as a community, we do that with each other. It's sort of a natural thing. And so you're getting a natural growth and exposure. Sometimes these things I see people doing where it's all about, okay, the live stream's all about promote your channels, get some subs, sub new channels, let's build these channels up, let's get everybody past such and such number, yeah, and oof, just
leave
pump the
me out of that.
brakes.
Man.
Yeah, pump the brakes and go
Yeah,
naturally. Yeah, go to those streams, say hi to people, post your link once in a while. That's cool. Nobody's gonna have a problem with that, but you can't be. For me, that's just too much power. It's like I'm getting pumped up to go out on the street and sell Kirby's again. You know,
Yeah. Well, what would you be doing if you didn't have a YouTube channel?
If I hadn't found metal detecting and started YouTube, I'd either be fishing all the time or dead, because, you know, the real big thing for me with the metal detecting was stress relief and just escaping from everything of the work day and all that, disappearing into my own peacefulness. That's what that gave me. But when I worked, I was a corrosion engineer / machinist / business owner / smart guy, which is one of the things I'm going over to Rob's for, is to give a speech at the Metal Detecting Club about mineralization in the soil, micro batteries, ambient energy fields, and how all these things affect your metal detectors and how to counteract them. So, give a little speech tomorrow and feel smart. If I had to give up everything and just go back to work full time, I would become a certified inspector of pipeline coatings. And I recommend that to anybody and everybody. So listen up, people. 250,000 job openings in the U.S. to be an inspector of coatings on pipelines. The education is about $3,000. Takes a week and a half. You got to go to Texas. When it's over, you'll get your NACE certification. That's the National Association of Corrosion Engineers. Once you have that certification, you're good to work all over the world. So if you speak another language and feel like traveling, hit them up and get out there and do it. On average in the U.S., working 5 to 6 months out of the year, because the rest of the year it's too cold or nasty, you will make about $90,000. During all your time on the road, they pay for your travel, your vehicle, your food allowances, hotels, the whole 9 yards, which means you can pocket that cash. If you're a young person, do this for 3 or 4 years, put away some stacks, and then start a business that your heart is interested in. I've seen plenty of guys do it. Then they open up their lawn service or their house painting business or their tire shop. I've seen young guys start this at 18, and by the time they're 23, it's like, yeah, I got 6 tow trucks now. I got 9 guys under me. We're booming, but they did it. They put in that time and put away the cash. Anybody can do this. There's no age restriction. And as an inspector, it's mostly about records keeping and watching what's going on. So when everybody's out in the hot heat putting those things together, you'll sit in your air-conditioned truck and watch them do it.
Sounds like a $90,000 job to me.
It is. And if you take level 2 and level 3, where you can do nuclear power plants and sea vessels and some military vessels, I mean, you can find yourself on board a cruise ship full time. If that's the life you want to lead. You can hang out your own shingle or go to work for someone else. That's way off topic, if there is an actual topic here. The topic's just me, and that's the kind of stuff in my head. So if anybody knows some young people that are lost and looking for a direction in an affordable range, hit me up in my email. I'll send you all that information on where to look and who to talk to and how to get it done.
It can steer you in the right direction. It's the same thing I did. I was printing newspapers for 13, 14 years, and I put all my money away except for what I needed for bills. And then I took my 401k after 13 years and all the money I stashed and bought a construction company.
There you
I
go.
was the boss for 23 of them, so I just retired a couple years ago. I loved it, working for myself. I was the boss. I love doing that. Working for somebody else, make them rich, and I'm still a poor guy living in a trailer. Nah, didn't work for me. So,
but here there's a lot of great paths out there. But if I had to, that's exactly what I'd do. Yep. And I could say, oh, no. If they're going to pay for me to fly here, fly there, pay for me to drive my motorhome. You're going to pay for the hotel, put me at a campground nearby. You know, I got a tow vehicle, make that the company car. I mean, you could be living high on the hog after just one season of doing that. And if you're lucky enough to speak a second language, when winter hits and you can't work here, go to Portugal, go to South America, you know, head on down to Australia or wherever it is that it's nice and comfortable when we're in misery here, and work there. Your certification's good all over the world.
So you don't really work for anybody but yourself. So
You can choose to hire on for a big company, a Branch Crachier or a Tinker Razor or something like that, or you can hang out your own shingle with your experience and and bid jobs. And company's going to say, we need this done, and 3 guys throw in a bid. Let's see who gets it. You know?
That's cool. I remember you saying something about that once before, and I thought, wow, for a young fella, that would be just the ticket. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And young women as well. I find that a lot of retired couples get into this to work as a team. So they both get certified. And sometimes you need more than one inspector on a job anyway, you know. But between the two of them, they can keep a pipeline going 24/7 in inspections.
Cool.
And they bank money. But you see a lot of that. A lot of husband and wife team drivers now driving the big rigs. You know?
On the road, yeah.
Yep. So at any age, this is a good little field to be in. And like I said, just in the US, 250,000 job openings.
Yeah, that'd be tough to fill.
Yeah.
Nowadays you tell a kid, oh, it only costs you $3,000. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. And then the parents won't do that. Well, you got to realize that $3,000 is going to 30 times what you get in 1 year.
Oh, dude, back in the day, you know, we did that when I knew Andover Tractor Trailer School was $13,000. I took my ass out alone, you know,
because you wanted to do it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I just wanted to know how to do it. I never wanted to be a truck driver, but I sure as heck wanted to know how to move one if I had to. And I got that knowledge. It was kind of like when I went to cooking school for 1.5 years. I don't want to be a chef, but, you know, I don't want to live on ramen and, you know, pork and beans. So I need to learn how to cook.
You know, I had the military to thank for that. I learned how to at least fend for myself through the military. Well, Pat, if you could choose anywhere in the world you wanted to go, whether it's metal detecting, whatever you wanted to do, just some place that you want to visit in your lifetime, where would it be? Doesn't have to be for metal detecting. Just some place that you'd like to go just once in your life.
It's like, I want to go to that place in the desert where they filmed the moon landing, but I'm not going to go there. Because everybody will get all up in arms. I just thought that was
fun. Yeah.
Holland.
Amsterdam?
Well, wherever in Holland. I want to see the fields of flowers and all those amazing colors, you know, blanketed along the countryside, and I want to see that, you know. just as a place to be there, you know.
Yeah. When I get asked that, I tell people the Swiss Alps, and they look at me funny, like, "What the hell do you want to go there for? Have you ever seen them? They're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. I'd love to just go there, even if I could just fly over it in a helicopter and just look and just go, oh man, amazing." But I figure, you know, go rent a motorcycle or something and just go through the mountain passes on a motorcycle and just see it all. You know?
Yeah. I gotta say, if you're gonna take a helicopter, you better drop in on a 45-degree slope and You know,
Yeah, I'm not going to drop and just fly over. If there's any place to land a helicopter in the Alps. But yeah, people look at me funny when I say that.
Oh yeah.
Once you take a look at it, you realize, holy shit, that's beautiful.
Can-Do's like, wait, we went to the moon?
Yeah. When did that happen?
No, too funny. Lester Lepore is here. Hello, Lester.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, Amethyst go by too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I didn't see her. I've been concentrating on Pat and not watching the darn chat like I'm supposed to. Cool. Well, is there anybody that you would like to meet in your lifetime that you haven't gotten a chance to? It helps if they're alive.
Okay. You know, trying to. Oh, geez. That's kind of a tough one. Someone I'd like to meet in my.
You'd like to meet, but you've never gotten a chance to. That's a tough question. I had to sit and think about it too. Holy mackerel! I didn't expect that one. It's a tough one.
You think there's a whole world full of people you can meet, but some of the best people you meet, you didn't know they existed until you met them. You know?
That's true. That's very true.
So,
That's true.
I don't know. I'd say Ed Schlitt.
Ed Schlitt?
Yeah, he's a local realtor. I mean, you see his billboard on the side of the buses and stuff like that, and he looks like he'd be a fun guy to hang out with and have a beer. So,
okay,
yeah, I'll go with Ed Schlitt.
Yeah, that'll work.
He's local, so if we hit it off and became buddies, I could see him often and get together and drink. Maybe get him into metal detecting, and that would be cool because he's a realtor, and if I can get him into metal detecting, he can get us on some old properties.
Yeah, permissions you didn't need. Yeah.
See, there's madness to my method.
Yeah. Cool.
I want to be friends with the most famous local realtor. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, should we open up the floodgates and let the crew in and see if there's anybody who wants to ask you any questions?
Grease Monkey says he wants to hang with the Pooter guy.
Pooter guy, huh?
Next time I talk to him, I'll see if he's coming to the area. That's
yeah, just get him online. We'll get him live one night at the bar or something.
So yeah, come on up, people, or ask questions.
Well, we're gonna throw out the link out here. Let's see if anybody wants to come on in and
quiz
join us in this insanity, and we'll see how it goes.
Oh God. Patients have taken over.
Yep. We're taking over the asylum.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Reg wants to meet Dan Hurd. There's all kinds of people in the treasure community I'd love to meet, and I'm going to here soon. But as far as somebody that I wanted to meet, I always thought, you ever heard of Jason Statham? He's an actor.
Yeah.
Martial artist. Yeah, I think me and him could have some good time.
I could take
a good conversation. Oh, it's in the bottle behind you. Apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, it's good to do a shot of this stuff every once in a while because it's good for your insides.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind apple cider. It's the vinegar part that would probably get me. Ooh. Yeah, get over it quick enough. Well, I want to thank you for coming on and indulging me, my friend. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Wish I'd been a little bit more interesting, but
oh hell.
Yeah.
Me alone ain't interesting enough to get people in here, but I get some good people with me, and it's always a good time. So
Lucy, stop freaking out. Nighttime skydivers that are going nuts or something.
uh,
Mm.
that's the way it goes. But the link is out there, gang. Anybody wants to pop in and ask a couple questions or just hang out with us, spend the rest of the night just hanging and we BSing. This is the asylum. Anything goes in here.
Here we
I
go.
don't care. YouTube boots me off. I'll be back next week. That's the way I look at it. I'm pretty sure in 1 week they'll forget about my little butt. Oh, hey, got Guido coming in.
Woohoo! What's
Hey,
up,
Guido?
Guido?
You're muted. You're muted. Nothing yet. Oh,
He'll come back in.
yeah, he'll be back. Yeah.
Well, it's not me. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, some people just have more problems trying to get in with StreamYard. We were talking about Heavy Meadow trying to get in with StreamYard. He says it just doesn't work for him. I think it's just his server. It just ain't got enough moxie to keep him on there with his little phone thing. I ain't sure exactly what's happening, but it's weird. So we resigned ourselves. There he is. So we resigned ourselves that when Heavy Meadow comes in, it's only for 30 seconds. Say what you got to say quick. He's on
All right, does this work?
Yep.
Yeah, you got it fixed.
All right. So, water heater, Pat.
Yeah.
What with the water heater?
I can't get it out of the garage.
Why not?
From there to here, the path narrows down to where I have to walk sideways to get out.
So we got to send JP down there to help you.
So the water heater died over in that corner, and there was a lot of stuff in front of it, motorcycle stuff. And I cleared the stuff out so that I could get down to take this water heater out. Now that whole back wall behind me used to be a giant shelf full of motorcycle parts, tanks and seats and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Because I used to have a used motorcycle part shop. Anyway, I had cleared my path down to the water heater. Yay! And was just looking at how I'm going to take this sucker out when the whole shelf behind me, and that's a 16-foot wall there, came crashing down on top of me. And hit me against the pile of bikes that's from here over and stacked with a ton of stuff on top of it. And there I was, pinned in my garage and couldn't reach my phone.
I heard there was a story about that.
I worked my way out. Yay. And then, praise God, I worked my way out. And then I fired up the truck and started throwing stuff in and taking it to the dump. And my wife got home and she's like, what the hell? And because I had called her when I finally had a hand free. And she's like, well, what are you doing? That stuff's still valuable. And I said, that stuff tried to kill me. It can't live in my house anymore. And everything that was on that wall that came crashing down, I don't give a fat baby's ass what it was, went in the trash.
Yep.
Good on you, mate.
And I can't get that out of here. The new one I was able to get in because it was lightweight, being empty, and it was in that box right there, that tall box. That freaking finger thing, that box right there. But yeah, getting that one over and into place was no problem, but I can't get this sucker out. So maybe when the kids come over that are taking apart the old boats, I'll get them to haul it out of here.
There you go.
They're young. Their knuckles don't have enough scars.
Yeah, they can have it for scrap.
Oh yeah. I'll even let them keep the big chunk of yellow brass on the top.
Oh yeah.
Right now it's just a perch for all of my or some of my glass squirrels or rats. Squirrel. I have a buddy of mine that used to be a professional glass blower, and he makes these little glass park rats for me.
All right.
Oftentimes I give these away in giveaways. Here's a big one with a metal detector.
All right.
And the ones with metal detectors are more rare because they cost more and it's a longer process, but I give those away in prize packs from time to time, and all of them have been super filled with luck. So,
Cool.
yeah, I think I got about, in the box that's right there, I think I got about 12 in there and another 20 or so inside. So this is going to be a good year for giving away lucky rats, but I need to pin them to something special like live streams. And
There you
then
go.
shipping is a nightmare because they're so fragile, but
Yeah.
so,
Well,
be looking forward to the videos. We're going to be giving away some lucky rats.
Yeah, packaging would be the pain in the butt, trying to get it in there so it won't get broken.
Yep. He is working on for me some rat head swizzle sticks. So that's a good item to have at the house bar.
What's up, Jeffrey?
Hey, Jeff.
Nah.
Yeah, for you, bud.
Jeff!
What's up, guys?
All right, let's hear Jeff's question.
Well, I've interviewed Pat before, so it's kind of tough
Yeah.
coming up for a question for him.
Yeah. Run it down after.
My favorite color is clear.
There you go.
No, really? When you think about it, the sunlight comes through and it hits an object, and all the light gets absorbed except one frequency that gets repelled, and that's the color we see: the reds, the greens, the blues, the different shades. So really, the color is in the clear. that's where everything else has a place to be itself and still shine.
Like me.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm shaving my head.
It's translucent.
Yeah.
I don't care what color it is as long as it's black.
It's got to be translucent because when you can see in one side and out the other, it's got to be.
Yeah. Got to have some light in there.
Well, they had to cut the light out, Mark, due to the budget cost.
Electricity's going up too. Yeah.
And yet we can still afford to light up the moon every night.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, brother. I'm
Mhm.
working on it every day. I shine my little light up there. Hey, moon. And it looks back at me and it's like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know just what made me think of that, but one of the coolest things I remember having as a kid that I can't find anymore was this little parabolic dish about the size of your palm, and it had a little tab in the middle that flipped up and stuck out, and you would wedge the tip of your cigarette in there and aim it at the sun, and it would light the cigarette for you. And that was like, as kids, I was like, even on a super windy day, all of us carried those around in school. It was like cooler than having a Zippo, and now I can't find them anywhere.
Probably got banned.
more than likely.
They didn't ban oh shucks, magnifying glasses. So
Mm-hmm.
You can do pretty much the same thing with a magnifier.
Yeah, but then you're working in a different direction and trying to do all this. This was just set up. You did it and pointed it at the sun.
Oh, all those poor little ants that we killed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We used to pop them. Ant popping is what we call them.
Last time I did that was with a laser.
The countless Barbie dolls I killed.
They've got a tactical light now. It says it's not a toy. You can light shit on fire with it and whatnot. It's just like a flashlight.
Mhm.
Let's see if one of them
Oh, yeah.
things are actually what they say they are.
I've got a blue ice that's pretty monstrous.
It's behind the box.
Yeah.
See, it's organized chaos
Uh-huh.
because he knows
Good
where
with
it's
it.
at.
There
He
you
knows
go. That is the Arctic Spider 3. It shoots a blue flame or blue beam that you can see for about 45 miles.
Holy cow.
It will flat out pop a balloon from the side of my garage, across my yard, across the neighbor's yard, and pop a balloon on their back patio. Boosh. I got no problem popping them in the garage across the street from me. The thing is powerful.
You could be a
But
But you
hoot.
got to have a concealed carry permit for that.
No,
No.
I don't
Sign
really
me up.
carry it. You know, at the time I got it, they were newly out, and it was really expensive. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I don't know what they go for now. Probably a lot cheaper. But I mean, for me, it was, you know, lighting the things on fire. You know, wearing the safety glasses, trying to burn into something, make little images or designs or whatever. Killing ants and spiders, man. You a spider. You get one of them big old lizards come up in here that get about a foot long with the big red heads and the red tails, and you can dee and corral one of them right out the door. You know, and I ain't got to climb over nothing to do it. I also learned that around here, anyway, if you've got one of those red laser beams for cats, just point it in the grass or the water at night, and the frogs will come to it. I mean, if you're out there having a hard time gigging any good ones, just put one of those little red beams on the water and watch the frogs show up.
No kidding.
So lots of good things you can do with lasers, but we get around here, we get what I call popcorn frogs, and they're literally smaller than my pinky fingernail. They're little dinky things, and there'll be billions of them on the garage door. It looks like we got hit with buckshot, and I'll have to lift the door up about 3 inches and slam it down to knock them all off. They make a horrendous noise, and they'll be everywhere out there. But if I shine the red light in the yard, they'll start piling up. They love the light.
Well, that blue one would be a hoot at birthday parties, I gotta say.
Oh, well, it's dangerous. You want to make sure everybody's got the glasses, and it's got several safeties on it, plus the key, which we keep inside in a special box, because you don't want to lose that. But
Well, you need a key to turn it on?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it locks.
Yep.
It's got a safety on it like that.
Yeah, this one has several safeties, you know, including this whole pull-out pin on the side here. So
my son had to have one when we were at the beach because he seen somebody else playing with it and shining it miles down the beach, and he just had to have one. So
yeah, Wicked Lasers, check them out. They got lots of cool stuff, and they even make that little laser cube that will like burn things for you. You set it up on your desktop. That looks like fun, but I haven't gotten one to play with it yet.
Lester was talking to you in chat.
What's it?
Lester's talking to you in chat.
oh, I'm sorry, Lester.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got to get a good night's sleep, bud. If I had to get up that early, I probably could be cutting this short, too. But, oh, well, I don't have to get up. Oh, I do, but not that early.
Hey, Pat, tell us about your fuel saving device that you recently bought.
Oh yeah, the one we all see advertised on Facebook.
You plug it in underneath your dash.
Yeah, it's working good on my car. It's working good on my wife's car. We haven't lost any mileage over it, you know. And now with this big trip I'll be taking across to see Rob, that'll be an even better, you know, tune in. But right now it's getting around town what I used to get on the highway. And usually your highway mileage is better,
Supposed
So
to be, yeah, just not
I
too much.
expect to see some improvement on my trip over to Rob's.
That'll be the tail of the tape there. That'll tell you right away.
Yep.
Cool. Well, if it does work good, let me know. I'll probably have to pick one up and throw it in the Jeep.
Yeah. I'm thinking if it's working, I'll stick one in the motorhome.
There you go. You got to get some fuel mileage savings on that thing.
Yeah. Short attention span. That's me. Yeah.
Yep, that's all of us actually.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel.
Yep.
Well,
Where? Dinner.
Yep. I got a good memory. I just don't ever remember that I have it.
yeah, I tell my wife I got a memory like a steel trap. It's just rusted shut.
Yep.
Appreciate the shout out, Lester, on his last video he just put out today, guys.
Yep.
Cool. Check him out. Yeah, had to get some last minute poker chips done for the Clarks, but they like the design, so those will be going out to them. And so I don't want to show it on here because that'll be their nice little surprise to reveal, but they like the design.
I might have already seen them.
I guess they're going to be getting together with Mark the Bird Hunter sometime here soon. And that makes me jealous as hell. I've been wanting to hunt with Mark for 2-3 years now, since we met.
Well, how long are you going to be in Florida with FL Thunder?
I'm going over tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do the club meeting. I'll give my little speech. Of course, I'll have my detector with me. I don't usually beach hunt, but while I'm there, maybe after the meeting, we'll go and hit the beach for a few hours. Then the next day, Tuesday, we're going to go out and do sidewalk strips or permissions or whatever. And Troy from Dirt Patrol and Troy is off work, so he's going to be joining us. And that's great because I haven't been together with the two of them in months and months and months now. So I'll get some good video out of it for sure. I don't care what I find, but it'll be nice to be running with the guys again,
There you go, yeah.
Always.
Make the best of it.
All right, Park Rat, what rig are you running?
I run a Tarsace MDT 8000. I was always a whites guy. I love the V3i, the MX7, MX Sport. I got them all, MXT, the V3i. And when I was heavy into the whites machines, I got put on the whites official field team where they, choose you to go areas and look for historic things where other people can't detect and, do the interviews and all that good kind of stuff and be at the trade shows. And then right after making me a member of the field team, a few months after that, they went out of business and everything fell apart there. And it was like, well, crap. Now I need to look for a new brand. I mean, I can keep using these. Yeah, my whites machines, but when they croak, what am I going to go to next? And I started leaning toward Fisher because I like their machines. I like my 1280X. I like the 1266X. Those are great machines and super simple. See the light, hear the beep, dig a freaking hole. So I was leaning toward Fisher. We were talking about FH7 on Facebook, and this woman had said, oh, my husband would like to be there to set up a booth. Who could we talk to? And after her message had been up there for a couple of days, nobody reached out to her. So I reached out to her and said, hey, what are y'all selling? And I got on the phone with her husband, Dimitar, and he's makes these Tarsace metal detectors. Well, he used to be like the lead scientist for Fisher. He made 3 of their best machines, including their gold machine, were all out of his mind. And then he had this phenomenal idea and went in his own direction and came out with this Tarsace that I use today. And it is a phenomenal machine. It's not VLF and it's not pulse induction. It's something called mixed domain technology, which is what MDT stands for. And as an operating platform, it's like the difference between MS DOS and Windows. It's phenomenal. It's got the punch of a pulse induction. It's got the identifying capabilities of the VLF. Okay, and it's just a very tight machine, gets super deep. You have your regular ground balancing, but it's an adjustable ground balancing. So the better you understand soil and conditions, the better you can set it for where you're at when you understand how that works with the moisture in the ground inject. It has a black sands balancing on it, and it has a salt balancing. And it's not just, oh, I've turned on salt balancing. You adjust it to the right conditions. Same with the black sands balancing. And there's videos on YouTube where people do these tests, and it's like they get a board covered with bits of tinfoil, and here's how it sounds on the Tarsace. And here's a silver dime. Ding, ding, ding. Here's how it sounds. Then you put the board over the dime, and all you hear is the craziness. So you take the board off the dimes and adjust to that craziness with the black sand balancing, puts it back over the dime, and all you hear is the dime. Ding, 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 ding. So when you know how to use the machine and you're in like an iron patch, you can quiet that stuff out by making the right adjustments to your 3 balances. And
So you can like kill out the aluminum cans.
yeah, but still keep the nickel that's next to the pull tab.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to be able to distinguish.
Now, what's that bar you put down on the ground for me and you both to swing over to adjust for the clay?
Oh, that we were balancing to ferrite, which is just like the purest kind of balancing you can do. Back in the beginning of metal detecting, everybody balanced out to the ferrite. That was the best way because ground sensitivity was still an issue in the beginning, but the sensitivity of the chunk of ferrite made it easier to ground to. As machines got better, people started ground balancing to the ground and got away from using the ferrite. But for me, in a high moisture, heavy clay area, okay, energy signals going all over the place out there in the ground, quiet things down the most by balancing out to the ferrite and then knowing, you know, I'm at my purest settings I can be there.
Well, what do them go for, the machines?
Oh, 1700 to 1900.
That's not bad.
It's got a big coil, and then it's got like this little 13-incher or something. And I don't think it has a small coil. It's super tough. It's all carbon fiber construction. The battery lasts forever. I mean, forever in that. I might charge the battery once every couple months. It's a floating battery system, so the battery itself is between 2 springs. So in the use and dropping and this and that of your machine, the shock from the weight of the battery isn't actually acting on any PC boards that are connected to serious things. It's all protected out in its own little environment.
Cool.
Extra thick plastic on the coil, and it's a higher density plastic than is normally used in the industry. The fill in the bottom of the coil, the epoxy, is a stronger density but lighter weight of epoxy. And when you grab the coil, you can't twist it and make it flex. That's it. It's solid. It doesn't want to warp like you're trying to fold up some, window cover for your car. It doesn't want to bend. And I never used Never used a coil cover on mine. They don't even make them for it. And you'll look
Tough
at the
enough,
bottom of
yeah.
that thing and it still looks brand new.
Yeah, it's
You know?
tough enough to take it. Yeah.
The ears are extra thick. It's got a nice Delrin base at the bottom of the shaft where it hooks into the ears of the coil. So just a super all around well made machine. And Dimitar went to great lengths to make sure that there's no part of that machine, inside or out, came from China.
Good deal.
So it is all, friendly sourced.
American made, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, like I say, 17 to 19, that's fairly average for your mid range.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen them all the way up to
And-
$4,000, $5,000, and I'm just going,
Yeah, now I got to save my money.
Dimitar gets approached all the time by distributors, like Kellyco. Oh, we'll get so many, we'll put them in the shops and blow them up and tell everybody about them. And he likes some more grassroots movement. He likes mom and pop detector shops. That's
Yeah.
and grow. And again, he's making these. When you call the number and you want information about it, he's the guy answering the phone. The one who taught me how to use the machine is the one who invented it. Okay. And I also learned something important. Know who the inventor of your machine is. If you get a chance to watch them out swing, because generally they build machines that are best set to their swing speed. So Dimitar is a fast swinger, and that's what he designed the machine to do. When you come out of his house and you go to the beach, this way is black sands and this way is white sands. And he needed a machine that worked well in both environments. So it was originally built to be a beach machine.
cool.
And it's annoyingly loud.
Yeah, you cannot lose Pat in the woods. You'll hear him 3 hollers over. I mean, you cannot
Echoing.
miss
So if he gets lost, he just takes out his keys and runs it over the coil and lets her scream.
That's it, man. I just, 3 short bursts, 3 long ones, 3 short. They'll find me.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear that machine anywhere,
It's
that's
like-
for sure.
Come on, guys. If we all put our pinpointers together, maybe he can hear us too. You're over there.
By the power of Greystone.
Is this going to be the
That's
battle?
almost as bad as the Benny Hill reference.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, we all had the underoos.
Hey, man, I would wait up 11 o'clock at night to watch Benny Hill
Yep.
just for the, that thing. But
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yep. I like John Biner did a show called Bizarre, and that was a fun one if you could catch it. They would actually show boobies on there.
I might have to check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I mean, never mind.
I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Cinemax late night. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day.
Yep.
It's
Dudes
like
got
after,
some fast swingers. Me too, but I ain't gonna get into it. I don't want to go
I
there.
think we're wrong swingers. Wrong swingers.
Yeah, what can you do?
And you got to watch your swing and make sure you're not actually swinging your detector, but sweep. Keep it at that low level to the ground. Don't get that banana swing up at the ends. You're just losing targets that way for the ground you want to cover.
Yeah, keep it as level as possible.
Actually, good advice.
Mm-hmm. And if you can, take full 180-degree swings. Okay. If you were bailing out a boat, would you right in front of you here, would you take the biggest sloshes you could and get them out as fast as you can? Take that full 180-degree swing whenever possible, because even if you're walking in this direction, over here, your detector is hitting as if you were walking in that direction. So on your next pass by, which should be a close pass, your detector is going to go over that spot again, but from a totally different direction. So as you zigzag on your grid, stay close to where you were before, you'll cover all the angles.
Yeah.
All right. How about pinpointing? What's your advice on that?
I like to use the pinpoint of my machine because it's loud and annoying.
Mhm.
And I know generally what my offset's going to be. Sometimes it's right on the money. Sometimes, okay, it's off to the right or the left, or you kind of get to feel where that is with your machine. But one of the best things I've ever seen anybody do, which I think is totally smart, and they do it in the water a lot, is you get the signal and then you start backing up. And when you lose the signal, it's right in front of your coil.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And so that's a good method too.
Well, I've been using this here Fisher I got for, I don't know, it's $20 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, but you got to really be right on top of it. You get it like half an inch to an inch away, and it won't even hardly detect it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
mine
here's,
doesn't work at all.
here's what you do with that, Mark. You turn the thing on and you adjust it so the squelch is gone,
Mhm.
and that's where you're normally using it at. Put a penny on the side of it and slide the penny up. And when you start to hear that noise again, adjust so the noise goes away. And then slide the penny up. And when you hear the noise, adjust so the noise goes away. And get that penny as close to the top of the pinpointer as you can and still null out that noise. Then back it off just a hair and tape the penny in place. And your range on that's going to go from being about an inch and a half like it is now to, inch and 3/4, 2 1/4. You're going to have a little bit more depth, which will help you in targeting inside the hole.
Okay, so just tape it right on the stem.
Yeah, or you can adjust it while it's in your hand and then poke around in the hole like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
get
okay.
rid of the penny after you adjust it.
Oh no,
you just
hold
put
the
it in your
penny
pocket?
there the whole time. The penny has to stay in place. It's part of the energy loop. So
Now, will a piece
but
a piece of copper tubing or anything like that work? Is it the same
I've
thing?
only ever done it with a penny,
'Cause
and
it's
there
got so
are
many different-
videos about that particular pinpointer and different ways of doing that. There are videos about that on YouTube. So
Okay.
I can't name anybody off the top of my head, but I know
That's
they're
all
out there.
right.
I've seen them.
Yeah. Well, I'll try that and see if I can get a little bit more range out of it. Because right now, when I'm in the hole, I have to be almost touching it to hear anything.
Yeah.
Know where it's at. Now, if I can get it to go, like a couple inches down and further, oh hell yeah, I'm in. Because it's been a good pinpointer. I mean, just for cheap, I don't know what it is, $35, $40, some silly shit.
Yeah.
It's been a good one. I use it all the time. I basically do parts and top lots.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of historical crap around here as far as historical sites or anything. But yeah, it's something I'm going to try. I'll try that penny trick. We should not.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, I think Jeff had already put my email in the chat before. So if anybody wants to get a hold of me,
Can
I
do
will
and
be right back. I get to go check
Can
on
do put your email, and I put your channel link.
Oh, okay. I seen them go by. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
You can pop it on there one more time for Lester. I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
I was trying to find it. It's up in chat somewhere.
That's probably good info, man. And honestly, I'm
I didn't know
novice.
that about the pinpointer, man. That's
I didn't
gonna
either.
make the pinpointer work better. I'm in. I'm gonna try it right away. Come to think of it, probably the minute we hang up, shut the show down, go to the after party. I'm gonna be over there playing with my pinpointer. I figure if I can, what I'll do is I'll take and put a penny in my my molder and pound it so it's got a curve to it. So it'll curve right to the edge of the stem. It'd be a lot easier to tape it on there that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Come to think of it, so I'm gonna try that. That's interesting. I've been thinking, oh geez, I'm gonna have to buy a new pinpointer because this one just doesn't give me any range, other than contact. But yeah, if that'll work,
Well, shit.
save myself a little because I don't do a lot of metal detecting. I'm just the little bit I do. Did I ever tell you the story, Pat, about my first ever gold ring find in 1987?
No, I don't think I've heard that.
1987. I was using what was it? A Radio Shack metal detector.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
I still
Don't bring
got it.
that thing up.
I've still got it. I've got two of them look almost exactly the same, but it had the needle on it and the whole $20. You know what I mean? Cheap
Yeah.
Radio Shack piece of crap. Well, we brought my daughter when she was first born. She was about maybe 8 months old. Brought her to the beach to play in the sand and the water. I figured I'm going to swing a detector for a little bit. I got this signal right next to a big oak tree. I dug down next to the root and it was a gold ring and had an insignia inside.
Nice.
I looked up the names in the phone book, and the fifth one that I called said, "Yeah, that's my great grandfather." I said, "Oh yeah, well tell him to give him my number and tell him to call me." The guy calls me and says, "Well, what's going on?" I says, "Well, I found this gold ring with your name in it." He says, "Where'd you find it?" And I told him. He says, "Oh my God, we lost that in 1963."
Damn.
I said, "Really?" Now they were living in North Georgia. He says, "Well, do you want to?" I said, "I want to send it back to you." He said, "Do you want a reward?" I said, "Yes, I do." And you could hear it in his voice. Oh shit! I said, "I want you to put it back on her finger and ask her to marry you again." He started to
that's
cry.
awesome,
I
brother.
started to tear up, and holy shit! Well, I got it back to him, and they used to send me Christmas cards and whatnot every year. But I think they passed away now, back in the '90s. So that was pretty cool. It was a heartwarming return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My first ever gold ring, and it was a return, the return of a lifetime.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was great personally.
You just made me tear up.
Oh, you got feelers?
I do have feelers.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was the way to find a ring, boy, I'll tell you. And my first one ever, because I've been finding coins and tops and crap, canned flour. First ever gold ring. That was pretty cool. Never found another one since. But I'm not out detecting like you guys are all the time. I just don't do it enough. Of course, in Minnesota, you better do it while the sun shines. You ain't going to do it at all.
Yeah, you get awful cold.
Yeah, they don't call it the Great White North for any reason. It's cold up here.
I'll tell you what, brother. I caught my first bass up in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little 5-pounder,
Mm-hmm.
And it was not ice fishing. It was just, regular fishing. But my family's from Brainerd.
Oh, okay.
Fun place.
Oh, yeah. Well, they land of 10,000 lakes, and we counted them once. There's way more than 10,000. I don't know where they got that number. But
Well, they
I figured
were
I got
trying to count
900.
the mosquitoes that are about this big.
Yeah.
Maybe they just never finished counting, kind of like the Mayan calendar.
Yeah. You got to a point and said, "Oh, fuck it, 10,000 close."
Yep, that's good enough.
Mhm.
We don't care.
You get to 10,000, hell, they can count the rest if they want to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that one's a
Nice round
pond.
number. Yeah. Nice round number. We like it.
10,000 sounds good. Let's just put that on a postcard.
Well, we
I
got
like your
Park Rat. He can make a bumper sticker or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
good with bumper stickers.
There you go.
Land of
Mhm.
10,000 taxes. That's what it is up here.
Yeah,
Well, it's
sorry,
a good
brother.
starter metal detector, Pat.
A good starter. Oh boy.
I haven't used one, but I have heard awesome things about the Simplex.
Simplex, huh? Who makes
Yeah,
it?
the price point is good. It's like under $250. You get the Simplex and the package and all that stuff, but it's a powerful little machine. I think it's a Mind Lab.
Mine lab, huh?
Don't quote me on that.
Is that the
Um,
little kitty one?
No.
No,
No,
Simplex
that's
is
called
actually a
the
good machine.
Mini Horde.
Yep.
But
I've
a
heard
lot of
they're a good machine.
people like the Simplex.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about them. Me, I started off with a bounty hunter. That's $80 piece of crap bounty hunter, and it works. It still works to this day. Because I send it to JP and he's using it now. So yeah, it still works.
Yeah, we got a bounty hunter too.
Yeah. Oh, they were.
That's the macro, Pat. The macro.
Yeah.
Macro Simplex.
Macro Simplex. Okay.
So Nocta.
Yeah, Nocta.
Nocta
Macro
Nocta.
Simplex.
Yeah.
MetalDetector.com's got the whole package for $339.15, or you can just get the detector at $250.
Cool.
It's decent.
Looks like a good machine. It's got the double D coil, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've got to get for my AT Pro is a double D coil.
Everybody likes double D's.
That'd be a
You
game
can't go
changer
wrong.
for you.
Are you still sipping that apple cider?
No.
No, that's Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's either Dr. Pepper or Coke with Pat.
Yeah, I love Mountain Dew too.
Yeah. I just thought you was drinking that because that's what I had on hand.
No, it's like my go-to drink.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
I was thinking about that logo and changing the word "do" to "dude," and then on the back be like, "That's right, ladies. I eat wild meat." Mountain Dude.
I need Mountain Dude on the front and have the yeehaw guy on the back.
The original Mountain Dude.
Yeah, the original Mountain Dew dude.
Mark, this was a great interview. Thank you, brother.
Oh, well, thanks, Pat, for coming on. I've been appreciated.
Absolutely.
Hope I didn't bore anybody with too much information.
I doubt it.
No.
No, I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
Yes.
make it.
Yes, can do. The Garrett Ace 400 is a very good beginner machine as well.
Mm-hmm.
I support Garrett. That's what I bought in at, but I've not run much of anything else. All I know is Garrett, so I can't really recommend anything but Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't know about it, just simply because of that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Joshua Keys.
Have you been using that Fisher at all, Jeff?
It's still sitting there.
Dude, get it out.
Dude, I
Fisher's
haven't
supposed to be
detected
fantastic.
since you left. I have not even turned a detector on since you left, Pat.
Hmm.
I don't go out detecting by myself. I just won't do it. I don't. It's boring to me when you're out there by yourself.
That means he hasn't found the note I put in the battery compartment.
Uh-oh.
No, really haven't.
Now he's gonna go check. Like, son of a
It's sitting right there in sight. I could go check, but I don't believe you put anything in there. I'm not falling for that one. You would have just handed it to me.
Yeah.
The only note I found was,
There you go.
Oh, that's so sweet.
on the after charty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Signed and documented that one.
Yes, sir.
All right, Lazar. You have a great night, man.
Where's all the other groovy dudes at?
I don't know. I've been watching the chat, and it says that we got 15 watching. But I don't see a lot of.
We need Can Do to come up on screen.
Come on, Can Do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he went
Where
out
are
today,
ya?
I'm sure.
We'll let you in. We promise.
You want to play?
I want one of those flags. I'm saving my money up right now.
Speaking of that, I need to hit the buy button.
Calling Can Do.
Colin.
The water is fine.
Yeah.
Josh, we're doing good tonight, buddy. Got a distinguished guest on the show. Got some friends that stopped by. Been good. I'm enjoying it. Myself. Earth Can Do. Yeah.
There he is.
There's the man. What's
Hey,
up,
big
guys?
guy.
The man, the legend, the beard.
Well,
Beard.
Done gave up that ZZ Top look.
never.
He says never.
No.
Hmm.
So what's up?
No,
I've been in
no.
chat. I've been in chat.
Yeah.
We saw
Yeah,
you.
we've been watching.
So have you used your machine anymore, Can Do?
Yeah, yesterday I went. Oh, I was out there. I was late to JP's bar because I was just getting home, cleaning out the pouch. I did a little video of waiting for that to post up. I was out there for 4 hours or more. I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the horseshoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I found my first dime. I found my first wheat penny.
Nice.
My first quarter.
That
I
was
was
a
hoping-
1930 week, too.
It was a 30.
It was a pretty one.
Yeah, 30. So it wasn't a common one like in the 40s and 50s. It was the 30s.
I was really hoping that dime. I thought that dime when I plopped it out, I thought that dime was silver, but I rubbed it and I could tell that it wasn't.
Usually with silver, you can tell.
I was the day was awesome. I was out there by myself. We're getting into tick season, so the wife didn't want to bring the dogs and go out there, and I said, "Oh, I won't be very long," until I started finding cool stuff, and then I'm like, "Hey, I'm still digging. I must stay a little longer."
Yep.
No, it was good. It was a good time. I was gonna go today. I had to get my tool trailer kind of cleaned up. I got that done. Then it started raining, and I took a nap, and that's what happened. So.
Typical Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
Well,
I was going to go shooting yesterday, and I wound up at the fair.
That's a heck of a change, Guido.
I know, right?
As long as
I had
you
a
didn't
good
go
time,
shooting at the fair, you could do good.
No, you can't go shooting at the fair.
they
Throw
probably don't
darts
have
to the
them little-
balloons.
They don't probably have them little BB gun shoot.
I
the
don't think
star
they have
out
them anymore, no.
At the fair, do they? Oh no, it's a gun.
Yeah. God forbid.
But you have to let their kids sit there and be on games and shooting and killing everything in sight.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes no sense. They'll want you to have guns, but they'll give you a game where you go killing everything in sight. Yeah, that makes sense. Idiots.
So I
God bless the USA.
do have a question for Pat. What do you recommend for where do I get started on doing research for places to, like, not historical, but old places where buildings used to be? Or
So, one of the things that I like to use is a hunting app. Ugh. And you'll see it here by my index finger right here. On X Hunt.
on X Hunt. Let me write that down.
Okay, now with that,
Is it a free app?
no, I think you've got to pay a
Damn
little
it.
for it. But you'll see, like on this screen, you'll see a bunch of properties circled in red. Okay, as you zoom in, you'll see that all the properties are circled in red. Every single individual property, here we go, like in this neighborhood. And if I know what street I'm on and what corner I'm on and what property that is, like this wooded area over there, I can tap on it and it's going to tell me who the owner is, their tax address, the acreage, 13.3 acres, da da da. So now I know the owner's name and I have a way to contact them. If it's a property with a house on it and the tax address is the same as the house, you know the owner lives there. If the tax address is across town, that's probably where the owners live, and this is a rental.
Right.
And sometimes it's easier to get permission at a rental. So that's always a good sign. The other thing I like to use is, again, going to be by my index finger there, is the Gaia GPS app. Because in that app, you can pull up maps, historic maps, that will show you little black dots that were buildings or homes or whatever was there early 1900s and earlier, or pink dots, which let you know, okay, these places came into existence sometime in the 30s. And you can see, is this the original house? There was a house back there on the property. Over here was this building or that building, especially if you're on like an area of the map where there was an old school building, you're going to see several buildings around there on the map, and that's always a good sign. But
what was the name of that one?
That's the Gaia GPS app, and it's spelled GAIA GPS. But that allows you access to those historic maps, and then you can overlay them and set the transparencies so you can see the modern day map with that overlay of where the black dots and pink dots are. And
Sure.
you know, when you're on a property, you can zoom in closer to the area where you know a building was.
Right.
And if you got time, if you have time to go down to your local courthouse or county seat and find out, just pull up, you can go in the document room and pull up any map and see back into the 1895s and before on historical place or where houses were back then. I mean, and you can use these other apps to help you locate it today. You know, you'll find old foundations. Even just looking on Google Earth, and looking straight down at the property, you can see the squares of old foundations in fields and places where if you know they're not there now and you see it on Google Maps, it's not there, but you can see a square foundation. You know, sometimes those are good places to go get permissions to go hit up because nobody knows about them that you could talk to physically because they were all tore down way before these people were ever born. So, I mean, there's different avenues you can go like that to collect your local history or the area you're interested in.
Like,
Luke Duke, hello.
what's up, Luke Duke?
Good to see you, big guy.
Yeah, well, and that's where I was yesterday. I mean, this was I've said it a million times. It's it used to be private property, probably 200 to 300 acres. Had a lake, the Blue Lakes were there, North and South Blue Lakes, little lakes. And it was privately owned, and they ended up selling that to the state of Michigan. It's all state land now. But the old concrete footings are there. The old slabs are there where the cabins used to be. And everything's obviously been tore down. But I only hit really around 3 of the slabs. There's still 2, 3, 4 more that I didn't have time to go swinging around. So, and nobody's been. It's state land now, so people can hike back there and camp. That's why I think I found that horseshoe, or maybe it was from the one of the cabins. But I mean, I actually detected the grounding wreck. One of the back there.
I saw that. Well, that's a lot of. From what I can see, that's a lot of area to cover.
Yeah,
4 hours. You ain't gonna cover it all.
And I'll tell you what you don't want to do. You don't want to detect out because they got the trail blocked off. You got to park out in a little turnaround there. You don't want to swing in the turnaround area because you will find nothing but bottle caps and shell casings. That's it.
Garbage.
Yeah, but once those are all gone.
Oh, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back one more time before the wood starts growing up. The ferns and the crap starts getting too tall. But
You're welcome, Amethyst. I'm not sure what I did, but
You had a great show, brother.
oh, okay.
You're full of information, Pat, as usual.
Now, on that Onyx Hunt app, it will circle properties in white, and that's public land. Okay. So, like in Florida, you can hunt on public land, period. So, you can find areas in your own town where little parks are and stuff that are out of the way, neighborhood parks that have probably been there forever and only get used by locals, if at all now, So, that's a great way to scan around and look for those little white blocks. And see where the public lands are.
Yeah, and Michigan is a free dig state too. So if it's public, we can go.
Cool. Just that I got lucky here in this little town I live in because the mayor's a friend of mine, so I got permission from him. I took him to lunch and explained what I was doing, and he said, "Yeah, let the public works guy know, and if there are any problems, send them to me." And I went, "You." So now I can go anywhere on the city property and detect without anybody hassling me.
Congratulations,
so I just talk to the mayor. Yeah.
Luke had a good day. Good day.
Nice.
1 marble, 2 Coke bottles, and 5 morel mushrooms. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
That's the way.
That's a mess.
Hell yeah.
I got the yard finished today. That was my achievement.
I got out of bed this morning. That was my achievement.
I'm with him.
Yeah, but I didn't go to bed until 5 o'clock this morning, so
Yeah,
I might have had 3 hours sleep and back up.
I can't do that anymore at my age. I'll be dragging butt cheeks all around today. that day if I did that. That's why when sometimes you guys go to the after party, I got to bow out 'cause I'm just tired.
Spinning break.
My old butt don't handle them late nights no more.
Mm, I know that feeling. Look, just scanning around, I found a place I hadn't seen before.
He's marking that one.
And
Man,
I
he's,
see
he's
trails.
busy.
Hey,
Oh, I love Google Maps. I'm on Google Maps constantly looking for places. And
no, this is that Onyx hunt. This is boom.
On Google Maps, you can do like aerial photos back as far back as they'll have their aerial photos. I think mine is like 95 in this area was the earliest aerial photo that they've got listed, but I have found a maps for my area back from 1895 that shows all the farmhouses, all the outbuildings and stuff, and that's where I pull my data up. That's how I find these cabins back in the middle of the woods that nobody knows about. Is that reason right there?
cool. That's a good thing to have.
And there is a which university is it? University of Georgia, I believe, has one of the biggest archives of historical maps around.
See,
So
that's a nice part about your.
Do what, Mark?
I was gonna say that's a nice part about your area. You have actually historic things that happened there. Minnesota, there ain't nothing up here happened except for leaving because they're too damn cold. Other than that, you've got historical stuff from Civil War all the way to, people heading west.
Yeah, we can go back to 1630 here in Virginia easily.
Yeah. It's early 1800s up here. And that's it.
1800s is easy.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's only 150 years ago. Now, when you get back into the 1700s, back when when we were still fighting the British, that's when that's some of the good stuff. Yeah.
Like I said, that's the nice thing about your area is you have those options. Up here, we don't have that option. We have barely any historical up here.
You should look online and see if there are places around you where they might have filmed movies or TV episodes of stuff.
Yeah. North Country came from here.
Oh yeah, they filmed that movie North Country. That was filmed right about half a block away.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, don't metal detect there.
It's all paved. We're in town.
Yeah.
You do find a lot of that nowadays. Them old historical areas are just nothing but asphalt, concrete,
Yeah.
Yeah.
buried forever.
Yep.
So what's your
And the
thoughts
place-
on campsites? Because we go camping a lot, and I'm sure you're probably going to find the normal garbage of bottle caps
Oh,
and
yeah.
tent stakes, but I mean, we go to a lot of parks and stuff.
Well, I found pocket knives and all kinds of fun stuff at the campsites.
Hit the beach areas in those campgrounds, because if they're going to lose it, they're going to lose it in the sand while they're getting in and out of the water is a good possibility. I would say the campsites would be a little trashy until you clean them up. Get all the can slaw, aluminum foil, gum wrappers, anything with the foil on. You'll have to get all that out of the way first.
Mm.
Like say on a beach, once I go over it, once all the garbage off of it, I'll go over it again to get deeper stuff, get the better stuff. Because you get that Kentlaw and Pop Top, they're going to hide some signals. Once I get those out of there, I go right back over it again. Make sure there's nothing underneath it. So that's how I found my first Walking Liberty. Can slaw. I picked it all out of the sand. Had a faint signal. I could hear it. And I pressed it right down into the sand. Oh, then I could hear it better, and I knew there was something down there. I figured, going to be more cancel out. I pulled it up to a walking liberty. I went, oh man,
Damn.
glad I went back over it and didn't give it up, thinking that I had it all.
I know Pat doesn't like beach detecting, but when the beach is only 100 foot long instead of 100 miles long,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit more concentrated.
yeah. The campgrounds and the little lakes that have campgrounds around. I mean, there's only so much area that people have access to it on the lake. You got the boat launch area, and then usually a small little beach.
Yeah, you realize these are lake beaches, not ocean beaches.
Yeah, lakes.
Out there where people are swimming, that's where you'll be finding the jewelry.
Yeah. Even get out and wade in. Well, is the Ace 400 waterproof?
It is.
Coil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mostly.
You can get out in the water up to waist deep. I mean, I wouldn't recommend dipping it, but
No, that shit's cold right now. I'm thinking about the campgrounds are open here in Michigan yet, so I can go to the campgrounds. You still have access to them. You just can't camp.
well, you're a future prospector now, so you're going to have to get some chest waders. So you might as well get you some neoprene chest waders. So.
Hey. I believe I have some downstairs because I fish, so I use the waders in the river to fish, anyways. But I think I have a pair down there, down in the basement.
There you go. There, you're out in the water already, finding areas that most people won't swing in.
Mm-hmm.
You fly fish?
No.
No. Okay. You said in the rivers. I thought maybe you fly fish.
I just use a spin cast, just an open face. If I used a fly rod, I would. It would probably last all of maybe one cast, and I'd have a tangled fucking mess, and I'd be mad, and I'd probably just throw it in the river.
Bird's nest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer to fly fish.
Yeah.
I prefer to fillet a fish.
I would like to fly fish, but we don't have area. I mean, you got trees and you got a little bit of water. There's not room to
Well,
work.
Dig it out, yeah.
you gotta work on a pile cast. If you're gonna have trees up against your back or a narrow channel to shoot down without a lot of space behind you, you want a pile cast where you shoot the string up, then down and out. And this way you can have something basically right behind you and whip it out that way. So you're
with
sending
a regular
it up,
reel,
you're sending it out.
with a regular reel, I can take the line in one hand and sit there and swing my bait and land it on the other bank. So I mean, we're tight.
Yeah, a little
Just a
flip cast. Yeah.
You could be no 100-pounders coming out of that creek.
No, but I have caught a 19-pound, 12-ounce rainbow trout out of the size of a creek like that. So
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
that was just 2 pounds under a citation. So that
Were they
was
spawning
real
at the time, or were they spawning at the time, or?
No, just restricted fishing area.
Oh, okay.
It's only open certain times of the year, so. Plus, it's well out of the walk of any normal fisherman. I mean, I went 5 trussels up, which was about a good 3 miles. And most people are not going to hike at to go fishing in trout waters.
No.
But the wardens will.
I know. I was watching out for that. Always keep a lit cigarette and just touch that line if he ever walks up. Oh,
Yeah.
crap. I broke my line.
Just tell them, hell, I haven't even set the damn thing up yet. Come on.
Yeah, I don't even have a hook on. I mean,
Yep.
what are you using? Well, I ain't using nothing.
Yeah, I ain't using shit. No, I haven't got there yet.
Oh, yeah.
All right, boys, I'm gonna head out.
Well, see you, Guido.
Have a great,
Thanks
a
for
great
coming back.
interview, brother,
Yeah,
and thank you.
thanks, man. I appreciate being here.
Yeah, you're a good
Been
man.
cool. I've
right,
been
cheers,
called
all.
worse.
Love you, Guido.
Love you, brother.
Ciao, man.
Oh, Guido.
Now there are 4.
We're going almost 2 hours now, so we're doing pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna work this time. But yeah, it was an interesting day. Got called at 7:30 this morning. Dad, are you awake? Well, I wasn't until the phone rang, but what's up? I had to go get him. He's breaking up with his new girlfriend. Had to go get the motorcycles and bring them back to the garage. Oh, good God. Take the car out of the garage. It's got no alternator in it. It's running off pure battery. Take the car out of the garage, put the bikes in there. Then I thought, well, I better go get cigarettes. What the hell? I get in my Jeep, and the Jeep don't want to run. I'm just hanging my head going, oh, my God, when does it end? $130 for parts to make my Jeep run better. So I figured, another $100. What the hell? What can you do?
That's coming out of your butt, Mikey.
Oh, that's,
No, that wasn't his fault.
that wasn't my fault, yeah.
I'm
That
just
was,
joking.
It's been needing some maintenance for a while. I tried it, but my coil bar, there's a bar that goes across, plugs in at the back, and it goes across on all the plugs. Them things just, oh, hey, Marlon. Bear videos. But I put it together, and it just it's so old. So I ordered up a new one today and said, I'll come pick it up in the morning. We'll put her back together and see if she runs better.
Yeah, I had to put the battery charger on the old work truck today. I got my tool trailer put back together. I'm like, I got to quit driving my new truck. I'll start using my old plow truck again and put the hitch on. I went into, and it didn't even click. I'm like, shit.
Dead her in the doornail.
Put her on
It
trickle
goes
charge
100.
for all day, and she fired right up. So we'll see if it fires up in the morning.
That's
Then you know you bad battery or you got a dead short somewhere.
But I mean, I took the plow off. I took the plow off at the beginning or the end of last month, and no problems with it. But I haven't been driving it, so problem is, it's not a problem. But I'm working 45 minutes north or 45 minutes south, and it's just easier to hop in a newer truck that I can 85 down the expressway with. Instead of my old work truck and get worse gas mileage. And
well, you're making payments on the truck. You might as well bring it to work because that's where them payments are coming from.
Yeah, true that.
I just hate automotive
No,
problems.
He's almost paid off, and then I don't know. I think the wife and I are going to lease. I mean, we have 3 trucks, but I'm not selling any of them. I'm going to keep them all. Hey, what do you got there?
Tobacco. Hard times bag.
It's good to have the emergency bag.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I don't like is those long ass strings, and you got to put it in the crunch.
That's what I use, Jeff. Just break it up with your fingers a little bit. That's what I do.
No, I got said crunching device
Oh,
just for that.
Make it finer than frog hair.
It does good.
Works for just
We're
about
going to do
anything.
a tobacco dab.
Yep.
Don't do it.
No. Nasty.
Heck no. That would kill you.
Pure nicotine. Ooh.
Yeah, that would definitely kill you.
It would not be
You know
user
that
friendly.
nicotine's the only thing that'll kill a cockroach completely.
Hmm.
The only substance on earth that'll kill a cockroach.
That and a steel tip boot.
Well, yeah, but that's one at a time.
No,
You want to kill a bunch of them, put a big thing of nicotine in the middle of the floor. Once they eat on that, they'll all be dead.
I want them to die a slow death, so I'm just going to get them hooked on smoking. Get a bunch of little mini cigarettes and put them around in the areas that I see the cockroaches. There, suckers.
You can have them. That's what they used to do in the military. They had little cubes of pure nicotine, and they'd set them out in the corners of the kitchens when they got cockroach problems. And within a week, them cockroaches were gone.
I did not know that.
We don't have that problem too much around here, cockroaches.
No, not up north here.
Not up north. Oh.
We get them steam bugs when the city uses steam. You get steam bugs that look like German cockroaches. Not many.
Just water bug. That's just water cockroaches.
Yeah.
Like Pat has down there in his area.
and we get palmetto bugs.
Palmettos, yeah.
I ran into the water cockroaches when I was living in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, wait till you see one of them flying cocksuckers.
No,
The
that's
big red one?
cockroach.
Yeah.
Say it right. We're on YouTube.
Cockroach.
Say it right.
The flying one. They sound bigger, worse than the June bug.
Yeah, there's something else. Well, boys, why do we say we call it in 3 minutes here? Less than 3 minutes, it'll be 2 hours. We'll say goodbye to YouTube, and we'll just sit around and BS for the rest of the evening.
I'm fine with that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we got less than 3 minutes here. And we'll, call her good. So if anybody else wants to call in and say hello, we'll put the link out there for you. Not a problem. And we'll see who wants to come in and say hi.
Can do. It's awesome that you got StreamYard now that we can pack it out. That's awesome. I was so psyched to see that the other night.
Oh, the pay for, yeah.
Yeah. Where you can get 10 people in. Yeah.
I mean, it's not $25. I mean,
That's the way I look at it. If this goes anywhere and people show an interest in it, I'm going to go pay for it so we can have plenty. But we've got to get more people involved, more people interested in coming in and saying
we'll
hi.
get you there.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
It takes time. It's only like the second actual interview one, so second actual Asylum.
The bar fam better be here.
Some of them pop in and out. I've seen.
Some of us are loyalists.
Yeah. It all depends.
This is something we get in Florida. Giant grasshoppers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lovely.
Dude, that's the size of her hand. Holy cannoli.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want one of these suckers jumping on you. It'll scare the crap out of you.
Now, as long as they don't bite, I guess they're good to go.
Yeah.
They probably could.
Oh, they probably could. They can munch a leaf. They can munch into
They
your
pinch. They pinch, that's for sure. Their claws pinch your skin every time they walk on you, yeah.
Cheers to the hardcore followers. There you go, Reg.
Hey, Pat, do those big ones spit tobacco juice like the little ones?
I got no idea.
Dude.
This
Our
one looks
grasshoppers around
this
here
one
spit-
looks pretty freaking mean.
Son of a.
What the heck?
Here, let me
Photoshop?
make you big. Let me make you big, Pat. I want to see that baby big here.
Is that photoshopped?
No,
Man,
Holy cannoli!
Oh,
That's
I've
insane.
never
Look.
seen a.
that's a 3-course meal there. Chocolate covered grasshopper right there.
No kid.
No wonder your gators get so big.
They say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, I got to refute that.
Oh, I can make that a false accusation because the deer in Texas are tiny,
yeah, they-
tiny. They look like German shepherds on the side of the road as you drive by, and they're standing out there. It's no bigger than a dog. The deer in Texas are not bigger.
No, not at all.
Negative. The armadillos, yes. When you can total a car due to an armadillo, that's pretty big.
See, it won't come in.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
All
there.
right. So are we still live or are we out of here?
No, we're. I was trying to show here. Amethyst was sending you a message there.
Okay, he's talking about the inspector's job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The inspector job thingy.
Yep.
But
Any
all right,
others?
well, we'll say goodbye to YouTube. If I can
Bye,
hide
YouTube.
that.
Have a good night, YouTube. We will see you
Oh, nice.
next Sunday.
There it went.
Don't forget Monday night over at Brewers Prospecting.
Tomorrow night.
Mhm.
And then Tuesday there's something. Wednesday is Park Rat Pat.
Now I won't be able to be at Brewers tomorrow because I'll be doing the club meeting in the speech
Oh, yeah.
over on the
That's
west
right,
coast,
yeah.
left coast.
Well, I don't hold anybody to have to come. It's only if you're able to make it.
Nope. Yep. Just if you want to. Well, good night, Reg. Good night, Amethyst. Good night,
Night,
Bear.
Carson.
Luke Duke.
Luke
Lewis.
Duke. All right.
Lewis, Mark.
Y'all have a great evening.
See ya.
Hang on.